Hello, I'm Vaughn Fryfogle for Earthstone Blocks, and we have a new product that we want to introduce to you, and we don't think there's anything like it around in America. And there's just it's a very versatile product, a very versatile block, and there's just many things that you can do with it that you can't do with a standard block. And we're talking about building flower beds quickly with no cuts, and any contour, fire pits. You know, homes can be built out of it. Commercial applications. The block could be made larger, keeping the same proportions and shape, and it could be used for commercial applications. It would provide architects with the liberty to just about do anything that they would want to do with a block, and again, that's probably the most important thing about it, is its versatility. But it's also a very attractive block, and it would be a very friendly, do-it-yourself type block. And again, you could build homes out of it. Now, the blocks, there is another block off of the standard, and we call the block the ultimate landscape builder block, and certainly many applications in landscaping and in building. And with a landscaping block that has cleats that enables you to use it as a terrace block, or what's called a gravity block, the block not only curves horizontally, but it steps back vertically for gravity wall applications. But we're going to start out with just a standard block. And what makes this block different than your standard landscaping blocks is that it has a vertical Lego bulb that locks the block. This in combination with the ball and socket horizontal bulb, and with the reverse of direction, completely locks the block in place. But the ball and socket side allows you to turn the block up to a 45-degree angle is what we're claiming, and you can actually go a little more of a turn on that. It takes, to make a 90, you need 3 blocks. You can easily make a 90. But as you can see, the bottom of the bulb, which this goes down, and it starts this way. There's the bottom of the Lego, and at the top of the Lego, and then this is the ball and socket. And this product, as you're going to see, is very friendly user and just has so many applications. You could build a workshop, a shed. You could put this around a pump house. You could build a dog house. In third world countries, people could take these blocks and build shelters to live in very quickly, and you wouldn't need skilled labor. So this is basically the shape of the block, and we're gonna show you now what some of the production you get out of this unit. We wanted to show you some of the applications that are possible with these units, with these blocks. And again, it's just pretty much endless what you can do with it, especially when you throw in the gravity block that is derived and works in conjunction with the standard ultimate block. We have a wall here, and again, for landscapers, you talk about building a fast wall, in a tall wall, a short wall, whatever kind you want to build. You can build it straight, you can build a zigzag, you can build it curved, serpentine wall. Any type of wall can be achieved because, again, the block is able to pivot. It is a pivot type block, so you can work any angle you need. So this is just a particular angle that we've laid down on this little wall that we've put up here to show you how this works. So we're going to take some blocks and show you that as we had shown, the bulb fits back, it locks, and each course is reversed. That is how the block works. Something else that's kind of neat, you've got angles within the bulb, and it leaves you room for adjustment. So if you're building a big wall and you want to keep it straight, there's room to steer it a little bit. It's not so tight that there's not a tolerance for you to be in control of how the wall's going up. And again, You talk about building a fire pit, a flower bed, a camp, a house. Okay, you saw those blocks went one way. You can see they went this way. The next course reverses. And what this basically is doing, it's locking the tension. The weight is locked into the bulbs, into the columns. It's putting the weight on the columns, which that makes it very strong in itself. See, they're going the opposite direction. And, again, landscapers can build landscape walls and flower beds so quick and without cuts. By adjusting the block out properly, you never have a cut. You don't even have to have a saw to make a fire pit or a flower bed. Now we don't have the cap blocks on here, but we're going to show that here in just a second on our other. Could also do with this block as far as curves and straight walls or anything they can imagine. So that will be the example of this wall here. We have here an example of an enclosed perimeter, and again this would apply to a fire pit or a flower bed. And what's so neat about these blocks is by spacing the block, there's so many different contours you can make. You could do a round, zigzag, whatever you needed to do. You space the bottom course correctly that the blocks close in, and then once you do that, you have no cuts. There's not one cut to make. So you're talking about so much money saved, and also allowing do-it-yourselfers, and maybe a lot of these blocks are fairly heavy, but ladies could build flower beds and they wouldn't have to hire people with saws to make cuts, because you don't need a cut. And again, as we had showed you before, every row is reversed. The male and the female is reversed, the direction is reversed, and what that does, as we told you, that locks the wall in. The wall is locked horizontally with a ball and socket, and vertically with the Lego bulbs, but the Lego bulbs, due to the reversal of the block, are on the ends of every block because they're tied together with a ball and socket. And what that gives you think the regular blocks that you buy now that are gravity wall blocks that flower beds are built out of, you can walk up to them and push them right in. They work well as what they're designed for, a gravity wall, when you backfill with dirt. But if you're building a fire pit or a flower bed that you're not backfilling, they're not sturdy. This is sturdy. This is blocked together, and these are not glued. They're not, for some applications, certainly you would want to use a small amount of thin set or adhesive to stick these together, but they are locked in place without using anything. And again, the speed by which it's set, and if we were going up higher with a wall, you just keep going up, reversing the courses, and you just go as high as you want to go up. Fits right in. And again, we call this the ultimate block. We call it that because it has so many uses, but the long name is the ultimate landscape builder block, and has many advantages that no other block has out there right now. And we want to go ahead now and show you the derivative off this block that works with it on landscaping, which is the terrace block, or what you would call a gravity block. We had talked about the blocks being in a set, and that you had an ultimate block and an ultimate gravity wall block or ultimate terrace block. And what we mean by gravity block or terrace block is the block will vertically step over and allow for you to terrace land off hills. That makes people able to utilize drop-offs and all for commercial property and homes. And what's kind of unique is the blocks are in the exact same shape. The only difference is when you do need to use the terrace block or the gravity block, the vertical male-female is taken out to allow for the blocks to step back. As you can see, that's how a gravity wall works. But what's neat about that is you can go talk about giving an architect on landscape, you know, complete liberty and just limitless design possibilities. You can go straight up with your standard landscape wall. You can go straight up, however shape you want to go, and then you can switch to the cat block on the top, and then you switch right back here to the gravity wall. So you can actually go curved up, and then you can step over, and then you can go back to straight. In other words, for an architect on a landscape job, it is really limitless what you could do with the wall. There's just about no limitation to it. And again, these blocks work the same way in that each row is reversed, which gives strength to the block and allows the ball and socket to work in a reverse pattern. So if we're going to show you on these, you can see the cleat. See, the cleat is standard on a gravity wall, terrace wall block. And that's what allows this block pushes into the cleat, and that's so you're talking about being able to utilize these this ultimate block for architectural landscape purposes in either the standard straight block that has the vertical lock, or switching to the gravity wall or terrace wall, which allows you also to step over to allow for terrace and gravity wall applications. And again, we just want to mention with this block, you have so many possibilities as far as utilizing it. And, you know, beginning just with do-it-yourselfers, just to be able to build a flower bed, a fire pit, a little structure over a pump house, a dog house, and any type of building like that for you, a do-it-yourselfer, you have no cuts. You space the block as related to the size that you want, and once you get the first row level and straight, then the blocks just reverse and you stack them right on up. You have no cuts. But then so many more applications as far as building standard housing for people. This is a beautiful block, and you can leave the block raw, and it's got a beautiful appearance and design, or you could plaster it and build homes out of it. And again, you can utilize unskilled labor, and that's why we think this block would be great in third world countries. We know in Africa and other places they're really pushing developing and getting people more permanent homes. This block would be awesome to use in third world countries to give them a beautiful home and a sturdy home and something they could build quick and not again not have to have so much skilled labor. And of course the final application, commercial, you keep the same proportion on this block, but you make it bigger. Maybe a third bigger, maybe 50% bigger, but you could build big, nice commercial buildings out of this block. And again, the architects would be free to use curves, zigzags, any kind of shape they wanted to in the building could basically be achieved with this block. So, and again, I want to mention that this is our patented block. Our attorney is in Birmingham, and our patent's been filed. And we're glad you could join us, and look forward to seeing you again. And this is Vaughn Fryfogle with Earthstone Blocks. Adios.